In this video, I'm going to fix your daily bias as fast as possible. I'm going to make it simple and I'm going to make it straightforward to the point that there's not going to be a lot of cuts in this video. Just pay attention. You will understand this. I keep it as simple as possible, and this is how I do it. Every single day, you can ask yourself one of these three questions, yet only one of them is correct. A lot of traders ask themselves, where's the market going to go? Other traders ask, where do I think the market is going to go? To which the only real question that you should ask yourself is, what is the market respecting right now? Because the truth is that in markets like NASDAQ, the market just keeps respecting what it's always been respecting until we have a market structure shift that I will show you exactly how to forecast. And this is what has allowed me to be bullish ever since the 1st of April 2026 that marked an absolute bottom on the market and an absolute rally of 30% on NASDAQ. But also during all this time, never be bearish. And I was bearish in 4 days out of the last 1 month. And what were those? This one, this one, this one, and this one. And I'm going to show you how this was actually so simple, because I asked myself very simple questions. So the main question that I always ask myself is, what is the market choosing to respect? This is the most important question that you can ask yourself and answer every single day. But there's a massive issue that traders make when they talk about daily bias, and they don't even know they're making. What is the big problem that so many traders face? They look at daily bias in a very simplistic way. Too simplistic, because they only look at the name and they think daily bias. Where's the day going to go? But they think daily, so therefore I'm going to find it on the daily chart. But there's a big problem with that. And that is that you will never be able to find these bottoms in the market and become bullish early on to the point that you can take advantage of a massive move. Or on these days where you would still be bullish because your rules tell you to be bullish, you would take a loss. Now, I want you to change your perspective from daily bias into simply bias. Where is the market going? That is the question that you need to ask yourself. And that is the answer that you're looking for on a daily basis. And then you're going to get this on the daily chart and on the 4-hour chart. This is the most important shift that you can make, and this is what is going to fix your trading the most. Why? Because, well, first, direction is going to completely change your trading simply for the due fact that it's what trading is. You're betting on the direction, on the market more likely going in one direction than the other. So that's why you have to understand direction. That's why inside of Funded Trading Blueprint is the only thing that we talk about that is foundational, and then everything we build on top, getting Franjo over $15,000 in payouts over the last 2 months, Marcio on the leaderboards, so on and so forth. I can talk about so many of my students. Once you master direction, one of the most important things that you can do is picking the right prop firm. And this is where I go for FundaNext, because they guarantee that you're going to get paid out in 24 hours, or you're going to get $1,000 extra, and they have all the plans for whoever wants it. So let me show you how powerful this is. So notice how right here you would be bearish, right? At this exact point, you would be bearish on the daily chart because the market is going down. Bullish key levels are not being respected at all, but deep down, you understand that there's a likelihood of the market moving to the upside. But you are always waiting for the bullish market structure shift because you will be bearish until we have that bullish market structure shift. That is always going to hold you back. So I want to show you something. Let's go into the 6 a.m. candle because it's the closest one to the 9:30 a.m. This is the 9:30 a.m. candle. And I want you to notice right here on the 1-hour chart how the market is reacting to this bearish order block. Because notice, we've already disrespected one, another fair value gap, an order block, right? All of these have already been disrespected. And so when you ask yourself the question, what is the market choosing to respect? The real answer you get to is that right here, we're actually respecting bullish key levels, right? Like on the 4-hour, you can clearly see this on the 4-hour, where we have a 4-hour fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap that gets inverted. So that means that the bearish fair value gap was disrespected. And now we're actually going bullish because, as I said, what the market has been respecting before is more likely to respect next. And then when we go into the 1-hour chart, notice how we have just that move higher. And then from here, we go up and up and up and up. Now, once again, you probably saw this daily chart right here and you thought, Oh my god, I know that this is bullish, but we don't yet have the bullish market structure shift. And so therefore, I'm not going to execute on the longs until we have the bullish market structure shift at this line that I'm going to make a little bit thicker right now. And then what happens? You know the market is going to go up, but your trading plan says no, you have to wait and wait and wait and wait. And here I am to tell you that you have to look at other time frames to derive your daily bias. So once we start moving higher, you just understand this is the time to be longing. All of these order blocks on the left do not matter. One of the things that I find most egregious in so many people's trading style is that they look at, for example, this order block right here, and they say this is where the market is going to tank from. It's going to go all the way up here, and then it's going to go down. The truth is, that is never going to happen. The market is never going to be this precise. And the moment that we are all the way up here, so many time frames have turned bullish that this order block does not matter. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to keep longing all the time. Notice this bearish fair value gap has now been disrespected, right? This bearish fair value gap is trying to push the market lower. Let me show you. Tries to push the market lower. What happens right after? Massive reversal bullish, right? And then all of this is being disrespected to try to push the market lower. But what is the market choosing to respect? Let's go on the 4 hour. What is the market choosing to respect here? Is it a bearish fair value gap? No. It is a bearish order block? No. It's the bullish fair value gap. It's the bullish order block on the daily chart. So you will be able to consistently call the direction of the market by simply understanding what the daily and what the 4 hour are doing, right? You can see if you were just bullish over the last 2 months, you would have been so right over and over and over again. And this is why I've been able to make 6 figures on this way up, simply longing over and over again. Now, when the market is trending, it's very clear to see that we would always be bullish. But now some of your questions would be, Kemal, how can we predict the market's going down? And I will tell you exactly why. But here's one of the things that I want you to understand. You don't need to trade every single day. The way you fix your trading and the way you fix your daily buys is by being more selective in the days that you trade, right? For example, right here during February and March, I pretty much didn't trade. I even felt bad inside of the community because I call every single trade that I take, but the market was just not looking good. The daily bias, I ask you right now, the exercise that we did on this way up, what is the market choosing to respect right here? There's nothing, right? Respects this, then disrespects it, then goes all the way down, then goes up, then goes all the way down, then sweeps the low, then goes higher, and then you think, okay, swept the low, move higher, so now we're going to the highs, and then it moves down, and then it doesn't sweep anything, and I think we can understand why I pretty much didn't take any single trade. It's because the direction wasn't there. As I say, direction is everything that I look at. You master the direction to master the market. And so now, not only am I going to show you how you are able to forecast these moves down, but also how you are able to forecast these moves to the downside. Because while these were very short-lived, we also have multiple moves down. This is where what I call the 4 hour secret is so important. On the 4 hour, you're going to ask yourself, what is the market choosing to respect? For example, right here, I actually longed towards all-time high. But then on the next day, notice how the market tried to move higher once and it failed. Tried to move higher twice and it failed. Tried to move higher 3 times and it failed. And therefore, I was bearish on Tuesday, the 12th of May, because the market was failing to create the higher highs. And when you go to the 1 hour, once you add that layer of confluence in, notice how we fail. We fail, and then we have that strong move lower, where to towards a higher time frame key level, to which the market then reacts bullish from, and I become bullish directly on the next day. On the next day, on Wednesday, the 13th of May, I was already bullish. And then notice what happens once we sweep the low and have the 4 hour market structure shift. Respect bullishness, respect bullishness, respect bullishness, respect bullishness, respect bullishness, respect bullishness, and we are back at all-time high. And this is the 4 hour secret. So you have to understand that in order to fix your daily bias, you are not only seeing it on the daily chart, you are also seeing it on the 4 hour chart. I'm going to show you once again how you can make that happen. Let's see the price action at the top, and let's see the price action at the bottom. At the top, notice how the 4 hour failed to create the higher high once, twice, move lower. Then another time and we had the massive move down, right? So as soon as we had our first trading session, you already knew that the market was more likely to go down than it was to go up. And then once we look at the bottom, it's the same exact thing. The market fully reverses, tries to move lower, fails, tries to move lower, fails, and moves to the upside. And now this becomes the bottom of the market once again. So through the daily and the 4-hour chart, you are able to consistently forecast where the market is going by just understanding what is the market choosing to respect. You don't say what the market is, you don't say where the market is heading. You ask yourself, what is the market choosing to respect? And that will give you the answer of where the market is very likely heading next. So this is how to fix your daily bias very, very quickly. If you want to see my full mentorship where I'm sharing all of my trades every single day, my bias, my levels, everything that I always trade is on the Discord and live every single week, then check the first link in the description. If you want to check out FundaNext, check out this video right here. If you want to see how to scale to $10,000 per month, check out this video right here. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.